Hello, builders. Today I'm going to walk through how to use Autopilot. Autopilot is our AI assistant for everything we do on Ema's platform. You can tell it what you need in plain text, and it will handle the work end to end. For example, Autopilot can build new AI employees, edit existing ones, generate eval sets for testing, run research tasks, and answer questions about Ema platform. Autopilot also learns your context and preferences over time. To access it, look for it on the bottom right-hand side of every page within Ema. Autopilot also retains the context of the page you're on, which makes specific question answering and actions easier. That said, you do not need to be on the exact page when asking Autopilot to do something. You can open it from any page and ask it to work on another page. To start Ema Autopilot, click the button in the bottom right-hand corner. You can create a new chat using the plus button at the top panel, and a new chat will open. You'll also see a few example prompts displayed as cards. Clicking through these gives you a sense of the kinds of queries you can use. You can review your past chats through the Recent Chats button in the top left-hand corner. From there, you can view previous conversations, continue chatting in them, and delete them as well. Back in a new chat, you can ask Autopilot to do anything here. To add a file for additional context, click this button here and upload any files you need. You can also switch between fast and thorough mode. By default, it is set to thorough mode, but if you want quicker responses, you can select fast mode instead. Let's enter an example query. Build me an internal knowledge assistant AI employee that answers employee questions about company policies. Once we submit that query, it will begin building the AI employee and show the steps it's working through along the way. While this is running, you can stop the query by clicking the stop button here. You can also create a new chat at the same time. You can also move through past chats. There is a maximum limit of 3 active sessions. So once you exceed those 3 active sessions, you won't be able to start another chat. Another option is to expand Autopilot to full screen. If I return to this chat, I can open a full screen panel using this expand button here. You can also collapse it here, and you can close Ema Autopilot as well. Even if you close it, Autopilot will continue running existing queries. Now, let's go back to Autopilot building our new AI employee. We see that Autopilot is streaming the steps it's currently taking. For example, we see that Autopilot builds an AI employee by first looking for relevant templates. It will continue updating you as it works through each step. The view we're currently in is called the narrative view, which is a bit easier to digest. If you want to see more of the back end and what happens behind the scenes, you can click Developer View here. This shows the exact arguments and tools being used in more detail. I'll switch back to Narrative View and return to the Expanded View. Now, a bit more on the Expanded View. In Expanded View, you can display the chats on the same screen from the left-hand side. You can show or hide them as needed. If new artifacts are created, for example, when we asked it to create an internal knowledge assistant, once it's created, it will appear in this card here. You'll be able to see what's happening, follow the workflow, and know when it's live. In this chat, we asked it to create an internal knowledge assistant. Here, we can see that the workflow is valid and deployed, and that the company policy assistant has been built. You can open the workflow by clicking here, which takes you to the company policy assistant's workflow, so you can see what's happening there. If we return to the full screen view, we can also see that it created a mock text file for the policy assistant to reference as well. From here, you can continue the chat based on what you want to iterate on, what else you want to create, or anything else you need. If you want to give feedback on the output, use the thumbs up and thumbs down buttons. You can also copy the output responses using this copy option. A couple of final things. You can add files at any point to provide additional context. The files added or generated will also show on the right-hand side in full screen view. Also, you can only choose either fast or thorough mode at the start of the chat. By default, it is set to thorough mode. This is a one-time choice made at the very beginning of the chat. Once that setting is chosen, you can't go back and change it. To use a different mode, you would need to create a new chat. And that covers the main functionality of Autopilot. You can also explore these cards to see some of the other things it can do. For example, if you click on the Apps and Tools card, Autopilot will tell you about our pre-built integrations, our custom integrations, and related options. One thing to note is that Autopilot is scoped to the permissions you have on the platform. For example, if you do not have the permission to create AI employees or create custom integrations, you will not be able to do so via Autopilot either. That's all for the basics of Ema Autopilot.